Hi, everyone. I wanted to jump on because I just finished one of my Virginia virtual salons, which I've been doing now during lockdown, which have been amazing. And I've been having so many incredible people on. But as I was talking to my guest today, we touched a little bit on all sorts of different things that are so taboo that we are, in essence, afraid to talk about them. It's harder for us to go through certain experiences because these are taboo. And what I'm talking about is basically things like, we were specifically talking about loss of a child and miscarriage or womb loss, as it was, as the term was used just now, which I thought was really, really nice. Miscarriage, cancer, illness, mental health issues. I know I deal a lot with, postpartum issues, like when you're having incontinence issues or other types of pain or things that are just, for whatever reason in our society, really made taboo. And I've noticed, having gone through a couple of the experiences that I just touched on, that two things happen. The person who's going through the experience has shame or embarrassment because they think that they're going to be judged as lesser or somebody who is not able to perform to the level, to which they are expected to perform. For example, my mother had cancer, and it's so heartbreaking to think about it now, but while she was going through it, she very systematically would start withdrawing from things she used to do, on a daily routine, including things such as simple as like going to the bank. She didn't want to go to the bank anymore because she knew the tellers and she knew everyone in the town. And, she had started going through treatments and she had lost her hair. So she was maybe wearing a wig or a scarf, and she didn't want to have people ask her what was going on, right? She didn't want to make them uncomfortable because maybe they saw something was going on and didn't want to ask. And like, it was this sort of vicious cycle of what eventually really pushed her into loneliness. She had her own embarrassment, and then she didn't want to make other people uncomfortable. And I think that's really unfortunate because it's nothing that was her fault, right, that she was going through. So to think that there's some sort of stigma around it, even from within herself, is really, really heartbreaking. The other issue is, I know, by the way, even within my own family, like, it was hard for people, maybe her friends or whomever, to talk to her about it. And of course, she had some good friends for whom, it was not difficult, but it was hard for maybe some of her acquaintances to know what to do. And I've noticed since I've gone through this experience where I, lived with my mother. She went through cancer and unfortunately ended up passing away from it. I developed an understanding of it. And so now I don't feel weird if I hear that kind of news from someone to check in or speak about it or just be there. Because what I learned is, in the end, you don't need to have any answers. You don't need to have the magic cure, right? Which is maybe what we all kind of wish we had when we talk to someone who's going through something. You don't have to have a magic cure. You don't even have to, I don't know, think of the right thing to say to make them laugh. You literally just have to be able to be there. And I think showing up, and we've heard this before, right? Just showing up and listening, or being there, or maybe even having a benign conversation about something else, but being there and allowing things to maybe be normal for a moment, or allowing someone to share what they're actually really feeling if they feel comfortable with you. I think these things are really powerful and necessary to take the burden off of that person who's experiencing loss or difficulty. Even, they're already going through something so difficult. So to feel even more isolated in that experience, it's just tragic, and it's not necessary. And I think we can all be there for those we love. So I ask all of you, to consciously just say to yourself right now that when someone is going through something that may even make you uncomfortable, like there's things I don't know about that I haven't experienced personally or within my family or whatever it might be, to just say, you know what, I'll still check in. Let me just check in. If the person is open to me, great, I'm here for them. If they're not, no problem, and you just frame it that way. I'm just here for you. I'll check in with you again in a couple of weeks or a couple of days, whatever makes sense. If you need me, I'm here. And if you don't, if you're taking some time to yourself, I understand that as well. And I think that's really important. So for anyone who's experienced loss, for anyone who's experiencing a very difficult time, I want all of us to come together and give support. I think it will really make everything better for the person going through the experience, and even for us, if we're not the one going through the experience, we're trying to offer the support. So that was just my thought of the day. Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, I want to be here with you guys, but it's weird because it's, I don't know, wherever I am on YouTube or whatever. But still, I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time.